beautiful people, and welcome to my channel. My name is Jennifer Diamond, and I'm a certified plant-based nutrition coach living a whole food, plant-exclusive lifestyle for health and well-being. And today I wanted to bring you along while I make some really fun raw almond pulp cookies out of this pulp right here. So hang out with me and let's do this. So I recently shared about a really generous gift from my husband and son for my birthday, and they went in and bought me the Nama M1 milk maker, and I'll link it above if you haven't seen that one of me opening it up and learning and exploring. It's really fun. But what I wanted to do was share what you do with the pulp. So I have some pulp right here, and it's right here. This is made, this is pulp that I made from making almond milk. And after the almond milk is ready to go, you have the pulp from the almonds. And there are so many uses for it. You can use it wet and just make something with it right away, but you don't have to. You can also dry it, which is what I did here in my Excalibur dehydrator. I have the 9 shelf, and I'll link it in the description below in case you're in the market or interested to see what I have. And so what I did was I just took the wet pulp and I laid it out on this tray and I dehydrated it at 115 degrees for about 8 to 12 hours. I kept checking it, and depending on if you have a lot of these nugget kind of things or if it's just the powder, it will depend on how long you need to have it drying. At any rate, I'm ready now to use it. And so what I want to do is I want to pulp it. Not pulp it, it's pulp. I want to pulse it. I want to pulse it in my dry mix container. And I have this dry mix container. It goes with my Vitamix, which, whoops, I have right up here. And I just want to turn it into more of a flour so that I can use it as a flour. And so let's go ahead and pour it right in there. Now, do you have to have a dehydrator? Do you have to have a new, all of these Vitamix and all this stuff? No, it just really makes it a lot easier when you have some of these nice extra kitchen small appliances. But you can do it other ways. And like I said, you don't even have to dry the pulp. You can actually make lots of things with wet pulp, and I hope to share some of those recipes in the future with you. And so for now, I'm just gonna, let's move this out of the way. Looks like we got a little crumb. And this little piece I had on here is just their sheets to keep the pulp or different things from falling in. So that's why I have that. And so literally all I'm gonna do is blend this up. Any opportunity to have a dance party, right? So let me go ahead and plug this in, get my ears on, give it a little spin, and give it a little groove. Are you ready? Let's do this together.
Feel that. Are you gonna feel that? Are you gonna feel that? Okay. Are you gonna
Here we go.
that?
Gosh, well, the beautiful thing about just having to blend it up a little bit is that it's quick. The not beautiful part about that is as the dance party is a short one, but that's okay. So I want you to see what that looks like. And it's really grinded up very nicely, nice and fine. And I could even, let me just see here, kind of mix it around. I could actually blend it up a little bit more if I wanted, just to make sure that it is as fine as it can be, to really show you that it's a flour. There's a couple pieces in here that could probably stand to be mixed a little bit, but there you go. You see that? Nice and floury. Okay, so let me move this out of the way and this machine because we are going to be doing the rest of it with the food processor. So we don't need this. Okay, so let's go ahead and measure out how much flour, the almond pulp flour, do we have? How much do we have? I'm hoping for a cup, and it looks like we're a little shy, but I'm gonna go ahead with it anyways. There we go. So this is more like 3/4 of a cup. I was hoping for a full cup, but that's what we have to work with, so I will adjust accordingly. And the first thing that I'm gonna do is add some wet ingredients into the my Breville 16-cup food processor, which I love. So I'm gonna set this aside for now. And what I want in there are some dates. Now, I've been soaking these dates in just a little bit of water, but I'm gonna do about 1/2 cup of dates. These are the medjool dates. I get these dates at Costco. There are all different kinds of dates. So if you have a different kind of date, just make sure you have 1/2 cup, regardless of the kind that you use. I went ahead and already took out the seed, because we don't want the seed, and I will reserve the liquid in case we need to add a little liquid. If it's too dry sometimes, you might want to add a little liquid. This would be the liquid that I add, because this is the flavored water. If I don't need a little, I can use that in a smoothie or in anywhere else that I would use water. So I went ahead and put that in there. And then I'm also going to go ahead and add some almond butter. I went ahead and already measured 2 tablespoons of almond butter, and I'm going to set that right in there. Now, if you don't have almond butter, that's okay. You can use a different butter. You can even use tahini, which is a sesame seed that's ground up, and that would be perfectly fine as well. And the last thing that I want to add in here is some maple syrup. And it's just a little bit of maple syrup. I have a tablespoon in here, and I should be using my spatula, but I didn't grab it. Let me rinse my finger now, silly me. And I'm going to go ahead and put this aside. All right. So now all I want to do is give this a quick spin here, and then to it I will be adding the almond flour and some seasoning we have here. 1 teaspoon of vanilla bean powder and 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. Now in my household, my husband's not a huge fan of cinnamon. So if you are like that, or you're making it for someone who's not a huge cinnamon fan, you can leave it out, or you can cut it in half to, I don't know, maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon. You just decide on the flavor that works for you. Okay, here we go. We're plugging it in. We're getting our dance party going again.
Are you gonna feel that? Are you gonna feel that?
And
Okay. Are you gonna feel
gotta get the earwear on. Okay, here we go. And go.
Are you gonna feel that? Are you gonna feel that? Are you gonna feel that? Okay.
We're not done. I just have to. Look in there. It's so hard to have a dance party when you're cooking. Oh, that's looking really good. But I am going to scrape down the sides a little bit and get going again before we add the dry in. Oh, and it smells good. If you like almond butter. Yum! Oh, yeah. This is delicious smelling. Here we go. Ready? And... All right, looks good. I'm leaving these guys on. I'm gonna go ahead and add the almond pulp that we turned into a flour. I'm gonna go ahead and add the cinnamon and the vanilla bean powder, and that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and mix this up, dance a little bit, and then we will be ready. such a good time. Don't you? Don't you have such a good time? All right, let me scrape these down again. Now, this is, I'm screaming, aren't I? Oh my God, screaming and out of breath. What I was gonna say is, this is the 16 quart. Now, there's not a lot in here, so I technically could have used the smaller bowl, but it's okay that I didn't. And I just want to blend it just ever so slightly, maybe one more quick little pulse going on here. And let's take a beautiful peek at this. Look at that. Look at that. You see, you can tell that it's ready because it is kind of sticking together. Now, it seems very sticky to me, almost too sticky. And so what I want to do is scrape it off. And now, I think it's extra sticky because I was a little short on the almond flour. If you have the full amount, you're going to be fine. But this tells me I do not need to add any liquid or water because it is extra sticky. So, what I am going to do though is put a little water on my hands so that it won't stick to my hands when I form little tiny balls. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take some of this stuff. What is that? If you said oatmeal, you're wrong. But you could use rolled oats if you want. I am using tiger nuts, and I have a video talking about tiger nuts. I will link above, but tiger nuts are not nuts at all. They're tubers, which is in the potato family, and these happen to be sliced. I've got a little thing right here that talks about them. I won't go into a long thing about them, but I will just say that they're gluten-free, high fiber, organic, 100% nut-free, if that's a thing. We are already using nuts, so that doesn't matter. And non-GMOs, 100% natural, zero trans fats, and more. And there's a whole history about them. You can get them in the full form. You can get them in the sliced form. You can get them raw. You can get them not raw. So there's lots of things to do with them. And if you're not familiar with them, you got to check them out. So I want to roll roll some balls, and then I want to roll them in here and flatten them a little bit. And that's it. We're done. So let me wet my hands. All right. Now, you can use a small melon baller. Here's my big one. Nope, this is a small one. Okay, so let me wet my hands again. I'm going to wet the melon baller just to help things not stick, since it is a little sticky. And I'm doing, look at, a little melon ball. There you go. And actually, my hands are too wet now. So you got to find what works for you. Now they're just damp, and I think that's better. And so they were already in a ball. You can either press them ahead of time and then press them in here on both sides, or I'll show you the other way. There you go. Look at that pretty cookie. Or let's do another one. You can finish having it rolled in a ball and roll it in the beautiful tiger nuts. You can serve them as balls, but I like to flatten them out so they're more like a cookie. And then the tiger nuts really stick in there pretty well. And there you go. That's it. So let's finish doing this, and then we will have a taste. Now, what are some other things that you can roll these in? You can roll them in chocolate. You can roll it in coconut. You can roll it in maca powder. You can roll it in probably even date sugar if you wanted. So anything, that you can think of that would stick would be a perfect way to go. So let me just roll this guy a little bit more. I like rolling them in the ball. You can even shake it up and just get it to stick a little bit on there. Now these can be frozen if you want. You can definitely freeze these. Serve them just how they are. Refrigerate them. They're all good. But if you freeze them, they'll last a lot longer, and then you can just thaw them as you need them, and they're delicious. And they should stay fairly soft and supple even when they're still thawing. Let's do another one. Just because we can. Now, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell, and then you will be notified when I go live or post new videos. And if you're enjoying the content, give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate your support in that. Also, if you already have subscribed, I didn't forget about you. I appreciate it, and I thank you. Truly, it really is important, and I am so happy to have you here. Also, if you want to reach out for any kind of assistance or just to say hi, or hey, maybe you want to join my newsletter, go to thejenniferdiamond.com, and there you will find my web page and all kinds of fun things. So getting back to what we're here for, I am going to go ahead and taste one of these guys with you because it's ready. Here we go. Oh my God. Wow. Very chewy. And I know that's because we were a little shy on the almond flour, but that was the pulp. But delicious, delicious, delicious. I can taste all the flavors blend very well together. And so I hope next time you're looking for something to do with your nut milk pulp leftovers, that you would give something like this a try. And I just want to thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to eat your greens and give plants a chance. Come on now. And we will see you next time. Take care, everyone. Thanks again. Bye-bye.